It's rewind with that odd kid. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I'm your host, your YouTube messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious. And we are going to be talking about, with this week, we're going to go over Payback, as well as the bits of the Raw fallout that tied in with the pay-per-view itself. Payback was in Chicago, and overall score, I give it a good 8. The pay-per-view itself, I give it a good 8. It had that good feel, you know. Now, no, I've given Chicago a lot of crap for a while now, ever since Punk left, and personally, I think it's all well-deserved because, you know, the second they see something that they like to call bullshit, instead of, you know, bothering to do bullshit or say something's fucked up, they instead go to chant CM Punk like that's the new cool hip thing to do. No, it's not. It's not, kids. Although, in the immortal words of Vince McMahon, well, you seem to have the support from this audience, but 95% of them are idiots. That pretty much sums that up. But back to the matter at hand, we are going to be going over with Payback. First match of the night on the kickoff show, Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler, and to be honest, this one I was really pulling for Corbin. Shocking, I know, considering, you know, Corbin, he pretty much comes off having the personality of an eggplant, you know. But Corbin, he was pretty much steering this match right from the start with it, you know. And I give Ziggler credit on that where credit's due. He's the kind of guy that can help someone get over, and I give him credit for that. You know, but Corbin, the guy does deserve a half-decent push as far as what this goes because, you know, new face on the main roster, and, you know, all the respect in the world to the John Cena's, Randy Orton's, Dolph Ziggler's, you know, pay respect and commemorate them all you want. But there comes a time where you have to put them aside and accept the new generation that's up and about now. And we got it. But yeah, this match, it was pretty good. It was like what you would expect for a kickoff show. Corbin, he was just working Ziggler's neck non-stop. He was hitting it hard. You know, knees to the back of it, standing on it, all that kind of jazz. You know, and that's good. It looks like the kid has been listening to the coaches at the Performance Center, like, hey, listen, you need to, you know, like, you got to do a match. Target this one area. Target this area so that way you can make it look like you're softening them up for your finish, and then, wham, hit them. You know, like that. But at the end, Ziggler wound up getting the win with doing a roll-up on Corbin, because Corbin had his foot on top of Ziggler, like, now what? And then Ziggler just moved around, and then, boom, got him with a roll-up, got the 1, 2, 3. And with the smaller guys, you know, Corbin, he's like 6'7", 6'8", I think, and Ziggler, he's like 5'10", or 6 even. You know, good height difference, you know. The smaller guys, that pays off to having them do a roll-up for a win. Because, you know, no offense, but if they'd have hit the finish, don't think it would have sold as well. Don't think it would have had as much of an impact. But, next matchup, we got U.S. title rematch, Kalisto versus the Fuck-Knuckle Ryroid. Yes, and yes, Jack, I did mention the fuck knuckle comment that you did ask me to. No, I'm not going to bring that up also. You can get mad about that later. Anyways, part-time producer, he's helping. He's new. This one, you know, I freaking had to die laughing because Ryroyd came out with that freaking weightlifting belt on him that said pre-show stopper, which, if anyone has seen Archer, there is just phrasing written all over that. You know, that's all I got to say on that, legitimately. Just go. Seriously, what the fuck? Yeah, that was pretty humorous right there, but you know, yeah, but Kalisto, you know, yeah, Kalisto, he started it off throwing out the contact right at first, you know, it was good, you know, it was good, solid, you know, big man versus small man kind of feel, and I'm not talking like height-wise, I'm talking size-wise kind of difference, you know. It was good I wouldn't say chemistry, a horrible choice of words on that part, sorry. It was good way of seeing them guys moving and hitting hard, you know. Good, you know, it was good on them seeing them hitting like that, absolutely like that, you know. That and freaking I exploded like crazy when Kalisto did, like, bounced off the ropes, grabbed Ryroyd and wham! Gave him a face buster right on the damn apron, which is the hardest freaking part of the ring. Oh, I thought, oh shit. Did he bust his face up? Ooh. Oh, he didn't. Okay. You know, that and Ryback, he wound up doing the biggest spot of the night where up on the second rope, holding Kalisto up, did a super gorilla press right from there and knocked him down. Went to go for a pin, he kicked out. Match wound up coming to an end. Kalisto, he did the SDS on him, got the 1, 2, 3, and follow up with that on Raw, they did a battle royal for a #1 contender. Now, in the little promo picture, they showed Ryback for the battle royal. He wasn't there because there's rumors going around that he either asked to be taken off of TV or that he is being taken off of TV because his contract is expiring sometime soon. In which case, if it is, please let that be true. I promise I won't make fun of any CrossFit people for at least 3 days if it's true. Yeah. But yeah, with the Battle Royal that was on Raw, the winner of that was Rusev, and the minute Rusev won, Kalisto's face just went, yes, I'm looking forward to seeing you know, who my opponent is going to be. Like that. And then you just saw all the emotion drain off of his face like, oh fuck. And it was at that moment you knew Kalisto was going to lose the title at their match. But yeah. So now we are on to the regular show of the evening now. We start off with the tag match of Enzo and Cass versus the VaudeVillians. And, you know, I would say this was a match, but honestly, I'm sure everyone knows by now, Enzo, he took a bad shot in the middle of the match. He got thrown into the rope. It looked like he went to go do a baseball slide, caught the second rope like that, and then just hit the rope and then slammed onto the mat like boom. That hard, that fast, and then just rolled out of the ring like a freaking rag doll. Straight up looked like, and I'm not making jokes and I'm not being sarcastic or nothing right here, but it looked like legitimately like he was dead. Because he was just ragdolled, like down. And next thing you know, just holy shit. Thank God they gave updates sporadically through the show as they got the information. You know, they did mention Enzo. He was talking to the paramedics. He was moving his hands and feet. He had feeling in his extremities. You know, he got discharged from the hospital. with just marked down saying that he had a bad concussion, you know, so thank God on that one. And, you know, so now it's just a matter of Enzo getting the impact test and getting told on if he can come back soon. But this match wound up getting thrown out about a good minute and a half in. They announced Monday night that VaudeVillians are going to go against the New Day for the tag titles now since, you know, because of that. So, next matchup we got Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. This was match of the freaking night in my book. And in the immortal words of Kevin Steen to El Generico, you and I are destined to do this forever. And that pretty much hit the nail on the head. And this is a feud that it is true what they say. The better the friend you are with somebody, the harder you're going to hit. The better the match you're going to have. You know, and God damn if this ain't true with them. You know? And this was the first of what I'm hoping will be many more matches between these two down the road. And this, very much so. You know, Zayn, he started off real good, real heavy. And this had a feel straight from their old Ring of Honor days. And you know, somewhere out there, Jim Cornette was just watching this like, nah, I don't like this shit. This shit is horrible. Give me something with the Rock and Roll Express. Give me something with the guys that I grew up with. I don't like this new age wrestling. I don't like this newfangled stuff. All this, that, and the other. Blah, 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 blah. You know? You know somewhere out there Jim Cornette was pissed on that. You know? This match had excellent psychology with it. You know, going back and forth. You know, it was just great all around. You know? This was phenomenal. You know, match, it came to an end when Zayn, he went to go, they were outside. Zayn went to go bring Owens in. Then he went to go and come in. And then Owens hit him with a super kick. And then threw him against the ropes. And then got the pop-up powerbomb. Got the 1, 2, 3. After that, you know, he pulled Byron in. And then was like, oh yeah, sure, Byron, I'll be happy to answer your questions about my match just now. I'd love to, since you asked. I have finally destroyed Sami Zayn. I have proven to everyone that I am the better man. And now with Sami Zayn no longer on my mind, I can get back to what is important, and that is to win my Intercontinental Championship. And what's that, Byron? Oh, that's a great idea. I would love to sit and do commentary with you. Of course, I will do that right now. And he sat down, which leads a segue right into the next match, which is the Ball Bag Miz going up against Cesaro. Owens is sitting commentary, and the way he wound, Owens just freaking owned commentary. There is nothing that man isn't good at doing in there. You know, I swear. He works the commentary. He can work a mic. He works the damn ring. The man is just built for wrestling, hands down. You know, and when he was doing commentary, had his feet kicked up on the Spanish table with JBL's hat on, doing it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, thank you for bothering to acknowledge that I'm here now, Cole. Thank you. You know, here you go, JBL. I'm not. It's hard to do commentary with this hat on." You know, but yeah, with this match between with Miz and Cesaro, this had good solid action between the two. Really dug it. You know, it was nice to see as far as with something a little different, so to say. Didn't really see Miz acting like he was going and targeting the shoulder that Cesaro has taped up. You know, obviously he hit it here and there, but it wasn't like he was targeting it and working it through the entire match. Which, you know, normally, any other time somebody's got like a bandage or something wrapped up, you see that, you know. But this was half decent, you know. The only thing I can honestly say about with Miz being the freaking IC champ that is a huge bother to me is having freaking Maurice out there, because her voice is like nails on a chalkboard to me, you know. The freaking listen, Erie, PA, we are a border town right next to Canada. I see them people come here all the time, and I got to hear them freaking, and I get people cursing me out in French on a consistent basis because I did something to piss them off. That just drives me insane. You know, but yeah. And keep in mind, I know Erie, PA is right by Toronto and not near not Toronto, I should say. Is near Ontario, not near, you know, Montreal and such. But point being. But yeah, as the match was going on surprisingly, Owens didn't really do any type of interference during this, but right out of nowhere, and I mean literally right out of nowhere, like Zayn just wham came up like that on Owens, and them two started brawling outside the ring while the match was going on between them two, while match was going on between Miz and Cesaro, and then they wound up eventually starting to get up onto the apron while Cesaro had the crossface locked in, and Miz was tapping out to that. And then Cesaro, as he's wrenching in the crossface, he gets over, sees them, takes both guys down, then goes back over to the Miz. Miz winds up getting a roll-up, gets the 1, 2, 3 off of that, and then they all start brawling. And then Owens goes to take out everyone. As he's the last one standing, he goes to line Miz up for a powerbomb, where he saves him, and then they pull away, and then Owens just grabs the titles like, "This is gonna be mine again!" And they pretty much same thing on Monday night. So what I'm guessing and what it's pretty much looking at is a fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental title at Extreme Rules. Now, the next matchup that followed is Chris Jericho versus Dean Ambrose, and these guys got really good chemistry with each other. You know, I dug the hell out of this match. You know, love Ambrose, especially the work he did in the Combat Zone days. Jericho had been a fan of his for forever. You know, but I dug the hell out of this. Jericho was definitely on top heel form, just the way he was coming off, you know. And I'm not talking like he was in that, in the suit, talking slow like this, explaining why you are a unworthy person to be around him. But he was more so, you really think you deserve to be around me? What gives you that kind of right? You idiot! Wham! Like that kind. Which, yeah, that kind absolutely love seeing. You know? Yeah, that Jericho, he wound up pretty much controlling the match, which, okay, got no problem with the veteran leading, you know? Excuse me. As I've said before, with the veterans, personally, what I think they should do once they start coming to the, you know, whether they are at their when they're on their last leg, whether it's at the beginning or starting to come to the end of it, you know, either way, at some point when they're around near there, they need to start you know, helping build the next generation, you know, have that guy say, "Hey, I beat him." You know, very much so in the same way Terry Funk worked in ECW, like, "Oh, I can work with him. Oh, I can work with him. Oh, I can work with him. Let me work with him." You know, and case in point, look what he did with Tommy Dreamer. You know, but, and Jericho, he can do this. He did this with Ambrose, and he did this in such a beautiful way. You know, it was a, you know, this was really good, gotta say, and I give Ambrose credit because he took a good solid ass kicking, you know, and which is saying something because he got tossed around pretty hard, and that was all after the whole Enzo thing, and anytime somebody took a shot outside, all I kept thinking was, oh shit, please don't tell me we're gonna get someone else hurt. No, 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 no. And perfectly fine. But match came to an end when Ambrose did dirty deeds on Jericho, got the 1, 2, 3. Following night on Raw, Ambrose had the Ambrose Asylum up with his guest Stephanie, which case the big hard-hitting question he had was, so, Steph, those titties, have they been mastered yet? Yeah. But yeah, he was just digging into Stephanie, you know, talking about on how, like, Shane was more appreciated by the fan base and such, and all that. And then Steph wound up saying, well, and keep in mind, I'm all just paraphrasing here, she wound up saying, Ambrose Asylum is canceled. Take Mitch, the plant, get out of here. Show's going to be replaced with the highlight reel. Excuse me. With the highlight reel. And now comes Jericho. And biggest shock on that was Jericho was actually wearing a shirt. You know. And then he came out. And then Ambrose and Jericho, they start slugging outside the ring. You know, Ambrose throws Jericho into the ring. The second Ambrose slides in and he gets a running start on him, takes him down, you know, gets back up, and then as soon as he turns back around, Jericho, wham, hits him with a code breaker, you know, proceeds to beat the crap out of him, and then grabs Mitch the plant. The potted plant, Mitch. And then just wham, hits Ambrose over the head with it. That'd be like the equivalent of somebody grabbing the vicious, you know, grabbing my vicious fan right here, because, you know, I'm always happy to welcome a fan on the show. It would be like somebody grabbing a fan and, you know, attacking me with it, saying, you know, because nobody would want that. Okay, maybe a few people, like the Masked Mark, but that's neither here nor there. But, yeah. So these two are going to be going on, again, most likely Extreme Rules now. Next matchup we got is Charlotte versus Natalya. She, you know, obviously Charlotte, she's got Rick in her corner. And Natalya, she's got Bret in her corner. And I get that Natalya is supposed to be the face in this feud, but honestly, she comes off so serious and boring. Oh, God, it's hard to cheer for her. It makes it hard to want to cheer for her. Because honestly, I'm pretty sure when Lance Storm was doing his human equivalent of Grumpy Cat was more entertaining. When he would do the, if I could be serious for a moment, that is more entertaining than hearing Natty going on how, you know, doing a promo talking about on how Charlotte, you know, is insulting the title, hiding behind Dad, this, that, and blah, 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 blah. Dude, seriously. Throw some funk into it. You know? Make it sound a little fun. You know? Just, ugh. But yeah, if you've not seen the match that these two had at Roadblock earlier this year, and the one that they've had on NXT, you know, highly recommend you see that. Obviously not right now since you're watching this, but highly recommend you wind up catching that match, because trust me, it is a good one. You know, they're both good, and it explains that these two got good chemistry, you know, and these two come from wrestling families, so they know on how to work it. Now, this had a lot of good, nice chain wrestling in it. You know, Charlotte, she was targeting her knee. You know, Charlotte did good with working the knee, just like what I was saying earlier, you know. Just, bam, hit the knee, hit the knee, hit the knee. Like what I was saying with Corbin. You know, like Corbin was working the neck, Charlotte hitting the knee. And that was good, you know. But anyways, match wound up coming to an end when, well, actually, before I get to that, want to say, ask one legitimate question, and I'm being straight out legit here on this one. When Charlotte, she wound up actually going up and hit the moonsault that she did, you know, because I'm not 100% sure, I don't remember. Aside from that night on Payback when Charlotte did the moonsault onto Natalya and she landed on her, has she ever done one where she landed successfully onto someone? Because honestly, I do not remember. If she did, please say something on my Twitter at Tim Vicious or drop a comment down there below and tell me. Either way, match wound up coming to an end when Charlotte locked in the sharpshooter on Natty, spun it around, had it wrenched in, and then ref just went over. Ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell. Shades of the Montreal Screwjob, we got the Chi-Town Screwjob. And of course, the ref was Charles Robinson, Little Nate. Woo! 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 You know, probably aside from the Little Nate, when he was Little Nate, the most infamous thing I think he ever did was tell Gorgeous George that, you know, he's going to buy her a pack of gum because everyone knows bimbos can't walk and chew gum at the same time. But next night on Raw, they wound up calling Charlie out, asked, we didn't have anything orchestrated in regards to this, did we? Said, no. Well, it shows she never physically tapped. And he said, she verbally said it. And then they left it at that, and then, of course, Natty with the whole, you paid a ref to screw me, which, let the internet jokes commence on that one. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was that, and then, so they led to a rematch with them two at Extreme Rules. It's going to be a submission match, and Rick is barred from ringside on that one. So, now with that said, we are down to the main event of the night. Sorry about that, folks. AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns for the world title. Now, always on how I judge a match right off bat, you know, always take a look at the tie-up. Because you got a good, nice, tight, solid tie-up that can normally give you an idea of on how the match is going to go. And I got to tell you, this was an iffy tie-up. You know, it was an iffy tie-up right from the start. Roman, he looked a little unsure of himself, like he wasn't sure how to carry the match or on how to work the match. But it was a good one, nonetheless. Not knocking it. I'm just saying, it was like, it was good, but Roman just, the entire time, just seemed like, should I do this one now? Should I do this spot now? Or should I work this? Or should I do that? You know, he just seemed like he was, excuse me, just seemed like he was a little off, like he didn't know any better, you know? But, you know, probably, yeah, and, yeah, trying to get my words jumbled. Fuck. Sorry about that, folks. But yeah, Styles wound up hitting a phenomenal forearm onto Roman to the outside, which wound up leading to a countout, and then the match wound up getting restarted as a match with no countouts. So Styles then got Roman back in, went to go springboard for another one, and Roman just Superman punch, boom, caught him right in the ding ding, and then via the DQ, and then the match got restarted again with no disqualifications. So now we have a no holds barred match. Excuse me. Now we have a no count out, no disqualification match. And this was where it started picking up. You know, really, really Styles was carrying this match through and through, but, you know, once this, you know, pretty much after that got said, Anderson and Gallows came down. They proceeded to beat the snot out of Roman. And then the Usos came out. And then Styles went to go stop the Usos from beating up his friends. And then Roman ran the ropes and did his "I believe I can fly" over the top suicide dive. And took them all out, which case, now I kind of have mixed emotions because, you know, not really feeling Roman as a main eventer now, but he did get rid of the Usos, so I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings on this. But yeah, match wound up coming to an end when, you know, they were inside. Styles, he went to go do a 450 off the top. Roman, boom, knees caught him, and then they bounced back and forth off the ropes for a minute, and then Roman, boom, hit him with the spear, got the 1, 2, 3. And then that was that. And then immediately after that, they announced right after that that they're going to have another match again at Extreme Rules, this time under an Extreme Rules match. So, it's going to be no holds barred on that one. And that's it for this week's show, folks. So, like on normal, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Go back, watch the other episodes. Look for me on Twitter at Tim Vicious. Make sure y'all check out my backup account, Tim_Vicious. Also, do not forget to, I'm on that Facebook gimmick under the name Tim Ash. And do not forget to follow all of these cool ass cats right here on Twitter. Vicky Earls, I am Danny Sunday. Axel Mulligan, Sunday Segway, Simply Sabrina, WWE Grandpa, Aaron_Deborah, my executive producer, Oliver Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Do not forget to check out his music. It is on iTunes, Spotify, Xbox Gold, and such. Information on that is in the description box down below, as well as my client, Bronx Bitch Forever. And, folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck yous.